I wanted to tell you more about the Cinque Terre National Park. Mistakes. This is my favorite image. I want to show you a few film scans that I scanned and edited myself from a trip to Cinque Terre National Park. I took a trip there in April 2023. I was there for a couple of days, and of course I brought my film camera with me, and I loaded my Canon AE1 with Kodak Gold 200. I have videos on my phone. I'm going to try to include as many as possible here just to give you context. I loaded the camera with Kodak Gold 200, and I also had a point and shoot, which I previously talked about in another video of me scanning film, the previous one, but this is so heartbreaking. The film turned out to be like this. Now, if you are a film nerd, you know that this means no photo. I still paid for the film, I still paid for the development, but somehow I knew something was wrong with the camera, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the camera. I thought it was the camera, and I didn't figure out that it was the film that wasn't loaded correctly, or at least I think I loaded it correctly, because there were a few shots. I think there were 4, and then the roll was completely blank. So I think something happened with the camera. I still had made the decision that I didn't want to shoot with that camera before, and then when I saw the roll turned out like this, I was even more convinced that I'm not going to use that camera. Moving on, I ordered a few rolls of film, and I'm still going to shoot with the Canon AE1 until I'm going to buy my dream film camera. So as for now, I wanted to tell you more about the Cinque Terre National Park. We took the train from La Spezia, where we were staying. The first place we visited was Monterosso al Mare. There are videos here of me going there by train. I was listening to some music, probably. Beautiful videos of the little houses there in front of the beach. So even before starting the hike from Monterosso to Vernazza, because we hiked from Monterosso to Vernazza and then we hiked from Vernazza to Corniglia, which in total was, I think it was 3 or 3 hours and a half hiking. And then from Corniglia we took the train to Manarola. So first thing first, as we arrived to Monterosso, we went to Il Massimo della Focaccia, which is a place that is renowned for the very tasteful focaccia that they do. Of course, all of the places make amazing focaccia, but this one was crazy good. So we stayed there in total for 3 days, I would say. First day we hiked from Monterosso to Vernazza, and then from Vernazza to Corniglia. From Corniglia we took the train to Manarola, and this was the first day. The second day we had breakfast at Porto Venere, and we strolled around there. We saw the La Grotta di Byron, which I'm not sure how you would pronounce that in English. It's a rocky cove popular for swimming, named after the renowned English poet who drew inspiration from it. I'm going to show you the photos that I took there. And then we went to Riomaggiore, which was crazy crowded. It was so busy with people, and it was even impossible to walk around. And we had aperitivo there, and the next day we had breakfast in Portofino and then headed back home, because we were also driving, so it took us a couple of hours from there to our house. Okay, although I explained briefly what the itinerary was for these 3 days, I'm going to show you the film scans, and these are not in order just because I am cutting my own film and then scanning my own film and then editing my own film, but I'm first cutting the whole roll, and I'm not going to do that moving forward just because I then mess up the order of the images and I just don't like that. I'm a very organized person. So this first image was taken in Porto Venere. We had breakfast there and then strolled around. And the second image is from La Grotta di Byron, which I mentioned before. This place was magic. It was beautiful. There were many people there, as I also took many videos. There was this cute man making these beautiful drawings, and also there was another man reading. He was sitting outside the church, because you also climb up to this little church where you can also get married. The church is called La Chiesa di San Pietro. I think that is San Peter Church in English. It's beautiful, and there was this man sitting outside the church just spending his time reading, which I found beautiful. I took a video of him. This is again La Grotta di Byron. There were people there. This is the first shot that I took with the camera, and I took the shot twice just because I wasn't sure that I had managed to do a great job with the first shot, and it turns out that I didn't do a great job with two shots because this one is completely out of focus. Even though the image was, to my taste, amazing, I just love it. It reminds me of Italy because of the sign Tabacchi, because of the ape car, which is very traditional Italian, and also the lemons there hanging from the door. This one is Monte Rosso al Mare. There's this beautiful statue, caved. Would you say caved? It's built into the rock, and it's beautiful and it's huge. You might understand that from how little people are around the statue. Again, this is Monte Rosso al Mare. Here we were hiking, and here we were going to Vernazza. This one is in Rio Maggiore. I don't know how and why. There were some very weird colors and weird hues in this image, so I just turned the image in black and white. Still don't know why this happens sometimes. This is Manerola. I also took videos there of people. They were sitting there, they were eating. It was lunchtime, they were sunbathing. It had been raining the past few days earlier prior to this day, so people were just enjoying the beautiful weather, and I just loved it. It's so picturesque and so colorful. I think Kodak 200 Gold did a great job during this day because it was mostly cloudy. I find that I do not like Kodak Gold when it's sunny, just because colors and hues tend to be even more saturated and too warm to my taste. Again, another one that was not looking, hues were looking crazy, so I turned this in black and white. This one is Manerola again. Just took many shots of this beautiful place. This is what I was telling you before. My skin, of course, I'm blown out. Might be because of the focus or the settings. My boyfriend took this image. We are new at film photography and we haven't shot much until now. I want to shoot more in 2024, but this image I found it really challenging to edit my skin tone, just because it was blown out and very saturated. I didn't like it, but I think it turned out okay. This is Vernazza, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is Vernazza, and it's as beautiful as Manerola, if you ask me. Took many images there. This is Porto Venere again. We had breakfast. If you look at the bottom right corner, there is a little spot where with people sitting outside, and we had breakfast there. This is La Grotta di Byron again, and this is Vernazza again. This is from the top, just because we were hiking, so we were able to get different perspectives and different views and different angles of all of the little villages. So yeah, I would highly recommend the hike, just because you get different perspectives and different angles, and you are also able to do to have an amazing aperitivo. I took a video of that. It was from, it says Vernazza, so it was from Vernazza to Corniglia, and it was 3 p.m. and we were having aperitivo there with this beautiful view over Corniglia, which is the smallest village there. And in Corniglia I also took videos of these kids playing football with sea view, and also this man watching the game from his window. I found, like, to me, recording and capturing these moments is priceless. I was very heavy into TikTok last year, so I have more videos from that trip than I have film scans, but it's my goal this year to shoot more film and do a better job of recording the process. This is probably, if not my favorite at all, shot from this roll, and it is Monte Rosso. We were walking to Vernazza here, and if you turn back and look at Monte Rosso, this is the view that you get, and I find it's amazing. I love so many things, the composition, the colors, it's not too saturated. I don't know, this is my favorite image. And this one next, I think it was somewhere during our hike. This is one of the last scans that I have. This is Portofino, and this is another view from the other side of Portofino, and this one is the last film scan that I have. It's my boyfriend in Porto Venere when we had breakfast there. This one was really challenging to edit because I was not happy with the skin tones, but I think I killed it. I think it turned out gorgeous. The skin tone especially, I'm really happy with it. I wouldn't say that the skin tone reminds of a Noritsu scanner or a Fuji roll. Of course it does not, but that was my aim, to emulate the peachy tones of Noritsu scanner with this image, which was very challenging because I was shooting Kodak Gold 200 in full sun, and yeah, I think it turns out beautiful. Yeah, I know there's a learning curve with film photography, with scanning, with film editing, and all of the steps of the process, but I know that I'll look back at these images and these videos and I'll be proud. I know that I will be proud of the process and how much I improved with consistency and with experimentation and just trying to do things and learn from my mistakes, like this one. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to my rant.
You're a hero.
If you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for sticking around, and I can't wait to shoot more and share more. Ciao.